No offense, but you are a robot, aren't you?
For your convenience, I respond to the name Robbie.
Hello.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Oh, I get it.
The CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer.
Rock. Hello, Daddy.
Hello, David.
How do you want your eggs? My name is
Optimus Prime.
Molly.
Sully.
Johnny Five.
Lieutenant Commander Data. C-3PO. Human-cyber relations.
Hello.
So our topic is robots. So team, what is your general thoughts on robots? Any thoughts about robots and society, movies, how they're portrayed?
I like them because, they're entertaining, but I don't like how they always try to destroy everything. They go crazy. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, so robots normally are associated with like destroying stuff all the time. You always see them in movies like killing humans, taking over the world. So like why are robots, the things that we build, destroying us? Why does that happen?
I think it's because the inner fear that we all have. Something that we create is better than us or dominates us.
But if we create it, how can we tell it what to do, so how can we tell it to kill us?
I guess it's like the fear of losing control of what we created.
And then you always see movie clips, of robots being destructive. So here's an example of a clip just for you.
Always the bravest of us. But you could never make the hard decisions. Our planet will survive. No! We were gods once, all of us. But here, please, there will only be one.
So we've been talking about destruction of robots. I mean, robots are always they're always in a human form, right? I mean, robots, when you think of a robot, you've seen those TV shows like Robot Battles. It's like little things that kill each other, and they don't even look like humans. So why is it in movies and things like that, robots look like people? So we always assign genders, like Austin Powers, right? Robots are women, little action going on, right? But in other movies like Terminator always has, the big powerful male robot. So what is it? Why do we apply these genders to robots? What do you guys think?
Well, I feel that it's easier to understand like a robot when it's a male or female. Because in Star Wars, there's IG-88. He's like this stick figure with a bunch of guns. No one remembers him. I mean, everyone remembers C-3PO. Because he could talk to you. He has he's a man, kind of, you think. You don't know. But yeah, I just think it's easier to connect with them.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just about the human connection. It's like, if you see tin figures, what's it about? You're not going to do anything. An example is, the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, right? What's he doing in the story? He's trying to find a heart. So, he's trying to find a heart. So, it's trying to make him be more human so the audience could connect with him more and, feel oh, it's actually, a sentient thing, or it's, a living thing that needs to be loved.
I also think, for Terminator, for instance, it's like Arnold, so it makes you think oh, this guy next to me, he might be a robot, he might try to kill me one day. It really makes you think about it.
I will come for you. So, do you guys think that when we apply these genders to robots, that we kind of give the male robots a certain persona over female robots? I always feel like male robots are always the more destructive, just brute force.
Macho.
And the female robots are kind of more intellectual.
Sometimes.
Or sexualized.
Or sexual.
Sexualized.
Fembots.
Yeah. Fembots.
So you watch the movie Eagle Eye, right? That robot's a female. It decides it wants to kill everybody. So
She's a B word.
So I mean, why do you guys think we give female robots these traits and male robots these traits?
I think it's just like history. It's like
like
the
the
men are
tropes.
always the fighters.
Yeah, tropes. That's a good
Like
one.
Spartans, they're always fighting, and the women like stay behind and raise the kids, pretty much.
So it's just kind of like pushing societal
Yeah.
views
Yeah.
onto the robots.
Societal
Yeah.
traditions and tropes.
Yeah. Well, because I agree, because I think women sometimes we're considered the thinkers sometimes, so I feel like some of the logical, like, oh, it's logical, that's why they give that role to the woman. But I also feel like women robots, when they are present in videos and things, are very sexualized. I feel like there's some images I have seen online and just a different, like that robot in Spaceballs, and even in the Jetsons, the maid, Rosie, their features are very womanly, obviously. Like Rosie has a huge butt, like she looks like a maid. and a lot of the lady robots, they always have to have boobs. Why do lady robots always have to have boobs? Like huge boobs too.
Yeah, I recently found a clip online about these robots that are doing like pole dancing. I mean, we're talking about the evolution of robots here. I mean, robots are just, this is like a whole new genre. So here, take a look at this clip.
A fairy tale, a piece of fiction. Tell me she's make believe, got a body you could never dream of. She a fantasy girl.
Back in.
Alright, so how you were talking about how historically robots, the males were portrayed as the muscle people and the one who causes the most destruction. In WALL-E, it's actually the opposite. He shows Eva as the one who's destructive, and at the same time, she's also one that's more prettier than WALL-E. Because Eva's the one who's she's more futuristic. She has the sleeker designs and everything, and still it comes a little bit sexualized too, as opposed to WALL-E. WALL-E's just this old junk, this male thing, and then he just keeps doing. Or yeah, that's. Wait, I'll chain of thought.
Yeah. Well, do you think Eva's sexy? Do you think if you were to look at the two, if you were to look at the
nothing
two,
like those pole dancers.
Yeah,
Right?
but like, if I was a robot, yeah, I guess. I can see where Wally's coming
Sleek
from.
and sexy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's so like sleek and like curvy-ish.
That's
A new sexuality to
Yeah.
robosexuality. Everyone's falling in love with robots. Like for her, the movie Her, and Vivian could talk about her. She's seen it.
Yeah.
On Her, it's a disembodied voice of Scarlett Johansson as your iPhone type computer, but the main character falls in love with this OS, and it's kind of talking about our relationship with these perfect programs. So why are they creating these programs, and then suddenly they can learn about our feelings and stuff, and so then we don't have that human connection with other humans. We're just connecting with this thing, and it's so perfect. So why is it that we want to create such perfect robots or machines?
Right.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned you found a little thing online about like this guy who like married his game person. I don't know, some sort of virtual thing where he married a person in the game.
I did find that. So it's basically a game where you can date like these characters on your Nintendo DS. Like, wow, that redhead's really attractive. But there's this guy in Japan, and he's like, hey, I really love her. I don't want to be with any like real person. I don't want bodily contact. I just want to connect with my DS. And sleep at night with it. Like, hey, babe, how you doing?
She'll never leave.
And yeah, he really got married to her. He had a wedding and everything, a minister, and gave
That's
the
crazy.
vows and everything. And his parents weren't too happy though. I remember that.
My son married a computer game.
So that's great because you're talking about how can robots give us feelings that other humans can't, or more readily available basis. And then you have this story of a guy. So do you think maybe robots in the future might, is this a one-time case, or is this going to grow? Is robots going to somehow expand into having these love relationships with humans? Okay, so I think we've already established, that robots, that they have these different genders, and these different genders kind of show how they act in movies or how we portray them to act. So what do you guys think about like emotions for robots? Like we really, they have genders, we've established that, but I mean, do robots have emotions or is it just logical processes?
I think they have emotions. Like one, for example, love is a big one you see in a lot of movies. And so my example is the video WALL-E, where Wally and Eva, they fall in love and they even kiss in outer space. And they show all the emotions of, you know, getting your first kiss and by someone you really love. And so, yeah, that's kind of one. But I also feel that robots kind of, they learn some of these emotions from other, like some videos will show robots how they evolve throughout the movie with these kinds of emotions. I don't know, I can't think of the movie.
There's that one in iRobot where the robot learns to wink and he winks at him.
That's right.
It trips him out.
Yeah. I think all these emotions of them, it all ties into artificial intelligence, the something that can learn or generate thoughts and emotions and whatnot. But then the reason why all these robots have artificial intelligence is because humans want to humanize robots. I mean, when you say like someone is like acting like a robot, it means that they don't have any feelings. But then once we put in this artificial intelligence into the robots, they become more human, and we want to relate to them.
So we're just kind of portraying what humans.
Yeah.
Like it's just a human in a robot form, basically.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
I feel we do that because we have to make a connection.
Yeah.
Because if you can't make the connection, then it's of no interest to us. It's boring.
Exactly.
We're not gonna remember it. It's, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
It's about feeling that common emotion between human and robots.
Relationships.
So I mean, we've seen how, you know, robots are kind of evolving in the way that we're placing our emotions on them, the way their genders are evolving in their roles. People falling in love with robots, you know, like where are robots going to take us? Where are robots going to take us? Eventually, are we going to become robots?
No one's making any noises?